Ladies and gentlemen, totally enjoy the show, everybody. Now, guys, remember that when people are actors or singers or dancers or performers, sometimes they're not when you see them to be when they perform. Now, you might be thinking, well, I mean, you think to yourself, that. You're like, yes, obviously that's not always true. And for me, I come up with my own original work. So I do all my own writing. I do all my for everything I do. I do all well except for covers, of course, but I do all my own writing. I do all my own producing, filming. I do all the storylines. So for me, it is me basically when you see me do these things. Except that I don't act as I'm not Melina in my personal life. Ever. I'm never Melina in my personal life. So so you're like, well, Melina's like takes up almost all your channel. She's like every video almost. And she's so good and we love her and this and that. I mean, I just really love watching Melina videos. That's why I do so many Melina videos because I love watching how good I can look as a woman, not in a way that I'm trans, not in a way that I don't identify with my own masculinity as Marco. I very much am a masculine male as Marco. I identify as being GQ Marco. I know I'm very good looking. I know I look great as Marco, and I'm very happy being Marco. Um, it's more to do with liking the entertainment. That's why I always say that I do Melina for entertainment purposes only, because I really literally do Melina for entertainment purposes only, darling. Now you guys are like, well, you said that so many times, darling. That's true, but I just can't help reiterate it, darling. No, but seriously, guys, I really feel like I really feel like if somebody that might be, maybe somebody is a heterosexual female, but she likes lesbian themes or something, right? So she does a bunch of lesbian themes. You think she's a lesbian. She totally seems like a lesbian in her videos and all that because of the roles she plays and the styles that she wears, whatever. Not that there's a style you wear as a lesbian, but you know, maybe she seems like a lesbian, but she's actually heterosexual in real life. So like just Jennifer Beal, I think from Maniac, originally from Maniac or from Flashdance, and did the dance video for Maniac. Now the thing is, Jennifer Beals was on the L Word. She says, I mean, you never know. Maybe she's not a lesbian, but she says or maybe she's not straight. She says she's a heterosexual woman, not bi, not but heterosexual. So you assume so. You don't know. You have no idea. But anyway, she was on the L Word. She acted on being on the L Word. Just like a lot of women that are on the L Word are not actual lesbians, and a lot of people on a soap opera pretending to be a heterosexual person might not be heterosexual, right? That's what acting is for, right? Acting is to get out of your life and be in a fantasy kind of area, fantasy zone, fantasy kind of personality, fantasy kind of look. I mean, this look is very fantasy-like, right? Like my look is very fantasy-like. I would say I'm very fantasy in general, in everything I do. I mean, even if I don't try to be fantasy, I basically am fantasy in and everything, like even as Marco. But it's more to do with just acting, right? When you are an actor or an actress, or you are a performer, you're acting. And a lot of the times with RuPaul's Drag Race, I fall into that same trap. I think, well, they're all gay. They all must dress up like that to date once in a while or often. I don't know if they do or not. but you don't actually know each drag queen on that show has a unique identity associated with them that may not fit what you think their identity is going to be based on the fact that they do drag on RuPaul's Drag Race, right? And they all define themselves and they all go through that on on their own terms on when they do videos or when they have their own YouTube or TikTok or whatever. But the thing is, some of them are basically just entertaining as the drag queen, and then who knows what they do on the outside, we don't know. A lot of them we don't know because they don't say, you know, and a lot of them basically are implying, yes, I'm gay, yes, I'm this, yes, I'm that. So they're implying that they are, you know, that drag queen when they personify them, and then when they're not, they're a gay man. And so you don't know though, because unless they say, if you can make assumptions when they don't say, but really with anyone you don't even know, right? Like, how are we supposed to know who's lesbian, who's gay, or who's straight, or bi, or pan, or whatever, right? Or even non-binary, right? So we don't know these things. Now, RuPaul says he only does the girl Ru because he does it for money. That's the only reason why he did RuPaul in the first place. So he gets paid, right? And he identifies as a man. So for me, I'm thinking like, well, wouldn't you rather be a woman because you are like gorgeous as a woman? Like, wouldn't you always want to be a woman and not be the male Ru? But obviously it's up to him, right? You know, I mean, he can't be deciding that for other people based on what other people think, right? So we all have to really remember that drag queens and transgender people are unique, and and people that don't identify as those things, even when they do those things, are unique, and everybody has a story. Now for me, it's important for me to tell my story as that I only do it for entertainment, even though I support the rights of trans, drag, bi, heterosexual, race, religion, gay, lesbian, etc. You know, I support all that, but I like to, that's how my angle is. I like to cover all the bases, right? Because I think that a lot of people that are trans or gay or bi or lesbian will fight for gay rights, which obviously gay rights are, you know, when you're fighting for rights, you should target your rights. If you're actually fighting for legitimate rights, you know, like foster care, being able to take care of being able to foster a child, or, no, not foster a child, adopt a child, yeah, I can't even think of it. When you want to adopt a child, or when you want to get married to another man and you're a man, or a woman and you're a woman, or et cetera, or you want to have different rights in marriage, or whatever, or things like that, you fight for these things, because obviously they're not going to fight for all those things, because, you know, they are targeting a certain group of people that are minorities that need certain things, right? So, but with that being said, like for me, my platform is an entertainment platform. So I'm not specifically fighting for rights. My presence is fighting for the rights, and my presence is making people aware of the rights of these things and all that. And it's more to do with, you know, not necessarily fighting for rights, but it is fighting for rights, but it's not like fighting for specific rights. It's more to do with a universal thing of like, everyone should feel good. I'm just a drag queen type of person. I don't identify as that fights for all rights, you know. I could easily be a black man, as Marco as a black man, or as a Catholic or Islamic person fighting for all rights too. But I'm basically like a bisexual male that dresses up as a woman a lot of times to entertain, fighting for rights, right? So it just, you know what I mean, darling, you know by now, I think you know it by now.